Good morning, guys. This is Genesis tutorial. On this, my name is Celestine. On today's class, I will teach you guys on how to solve beta functions. Now, example, I have this question. You have to do what? Solve the following questions. I have question number one says that solve integral 10 x raised to power 4 square root of 1 minus x squared dx. Now, solution to solve this, know that every beta function in this form must be in the form of x raised to power m minus 1 bracket 1 minus a raised to power n minus 1, where this is m and this is what n. Okay, now it must be in this form, meaning that in terms of n, where this is n, meaning that in terms of n, this this x square here must be 1 minus s. In terms of any, this must be 1 minus s. As I mean that it must obey this formula. It must be in the form of this. So therefore, for us to solve this, if you check this equation, is not in the form of what this equation. So mean that we have to solve in order to make this equation to resemble exactly like this one. Okay, now therefore the first step means that what do I do? I say let x squared equals to what? Y. Always choose it in terms of n. Always choose in terms of n. This is m. This is what n is. Look at this is m x raised to m minus 1, and this is 1 minus a raised to n minus 1. So it means that this is m and this is what n. So always take your variables from what? From n. You understand? So therefore I say let x squared equals y. Why okay, now ask me a question. Why didn't I say let x squared equals 1? It means that I want to make this function represent this. So it means that 1 is what? Is same thing as y, and y is what? Is 1. So therefore that becomes what? So therefore that becomes, now what do? I say what? Now taking the square root of both sides, square root of x squared and square root of y. Now therefore square root of x squared is x equals to square root of y is y, same thing as y squared half. Okay, now therefore differentiate this. It becomes what? Differentiate x in respect of x is 2x dx equals to differentiate y in respect of y is what? Is the y. Okay, now therefore what do I do now? Therefore what do you do? Make the x the sum formula. That becomes dx. That becomes what? Dx is equals to what? The y all over what? 2s. Okay, now also know that when x is 0, this is in the limit of s. When s is 0, y is 0, and also when s is 1, y is also what? 1. So therefore now now therefore what is then putting the values in the equation. Put every answer we got here in this word equation. So therefore what is x? X is what? Y raised to power half, abi? So that becomes integral 10 y raised to power half raised to power what? 4. Okay, now what again? What is times? You know that 1 minus x squared, square root of 1 minus x squared is something as 1 minus 1 is something as 1 minus, where x squared is what? X squared is y, something as 1 minus y all raised to power half, because half is what? Half is something as square root. So now times what? Ds. What is my ds? Ds is what? Dy over what? Dy over 2s. Dy over 2s. And you know that what is x? X is y raised to power half. So that becomes dy over 2 y raised to power half. Okay, now therefore what to do next? Now that becomes what? I have to take, that this thing, this dy over 2y half raised to power half is same thing as 1 over 2 times is same thing as 1 over 2 times dy times 1 over what? 1 over y raised to power half. Okay, so therefore I have to take this 1 over 2 outside the what? Outside the integral. So that becomes 1 over 2 integral 10. Now bracket 4 times half is what? Is what? Y squared. Now bracket 1 minus y raised to power what? Half times this. You know that this becomes 1 over half y raised to power half. So if this a mass 1 over any variable, or 1 over any number is same thing as what? Is what called is something is inverse. That is negative. So therefore when y raised to power half comes over, that becomes y raised to power minus 1 over 2. Okay, now therefore what's next? Now that becomes equals to 1 over 2 integral 10 Now what do? You collect what like times that becomes y squared times y squared minus 1/2 will give you what y squared times y squared minus 1/2. Now bracket y minus 1 all raised power what half dy. Okay, so therefore what's there? That becomes 1/2 integral 10. Now you know that this is now what do you do here? You apply your law of indices, and you know that time changes to what plus that becomes what that becomes since both variables since both are on the same variable, so that becomes time is into plus, that becomes 2 minus half will give me what will give me y raised by 3/2. Okay, now bracket 1 minus y all raised by what half. So now if you check this equation now is the same with this word equation. So therefore let's solve. If you check here, here's 1 minus s, here's 1 minus y, they're the same thing. Okay, now the only difference is that this one in terms of s, this one in terms of y, they are different, they are the same thing. Okay, so if you check it now, this n has been in the form of 1 minus s, which is here, and this one become 1 minus y, which is the same thing. So therefore what's next? Now comparing the word equations, you know that you know that this one is m, this one is n. Likewise here, this one is m, this one is n. So therefore comparing the both equations, that becomes what m minus 1 is equals to what m here is 3/2 abi. So that becomes now m is equals to make m sorry formula. So m is equals to what 3/2 plus 1, that will give m is equals to 5/2. Now also what's next? N minus 1 is equals to what's n here? N here is what is 1/2. So that becomes n is equals to 1/2 plus 1. That will give you what? That will give you what? 3/2. Now then what's next? Now let's find the what the let's find the gamma function of what? Let's find the gamma function of m and what n. So which is always in the form of, that becomes 1/2. This don't forget to carry this 1/2 along. Go. So that becomes 1/2 beta m n. So which is equals to 1/2. M is what? My answer for m is 5/2. My answer for n is what? It's 3/2. So therefore let's solve. So therefore that becomes what? So therefore that becomes 1/2 beta 5/2 n comma 3/2. I know that now in finding the gamma function of two fractions, use this formula which says that gamma m times gamma n all over gamma m plus n. So therefore where m is 5/2, n is 3/2. So therefore that becomes what? Gamma 5/2 times gamma n is 3/2 all over gamma 5/2 plus 3/2. Okay, so therefore that becomes what? Now in this, I have to find the gamma function of each of these what number. So of each of these fraction. So therefore the gamma function of 5/2 is what? Is always in the form of what? Gamma n plus 1 equals to n gamma n. So therefore that becomes equating this. Now I mean comparing this. If you compare this now, gamma is out. So that becomes n plus 1 is equals to 5/2. So which is now make n solve for that, because n is equals to 5/2. This move here become minus 1. So n is 3/2. Now n is 3/2. Remember, it's always in the form of what? N gamma n. So that becomes 3/2 gamma what? 3/2 again. Now therefore ask yourself, do you know the gamma function of 3/2? No, right? So therefore we have to solve. We have to find the gamma function of 3/2, which is the same method we will apply there. So that becomes 3. So that becomes n plus 1 equals 3/2. Therefore n is what? 3/2. This move here becomes minus 1. So therefore n is what? 1/2. Now therefore that becomes what? In the form of n sort n, which is what? Which is now 3/2 times 1/2 times gamma what? 1/2. Now ask yourself, whenever you are solving a gamma function, if your answer reach half, if your answer reach 1/2, stop. You understand? Always know that the gamma function for 1/2 is same thing as square root of pi. So therefore let's solve. That becomes what? 3 times 1 times, now that becomes 3 times 1 over 2 times 2 is 4. So that becomes times what? Now the gamma function of 1/2 is square root of pi, is constant. That becomes 3 times this will give you 3 square root of pi all over what? 4. Now note that gamma function of 1/2 is same thing as square root of pi. So that's what I applied there. Okay, now therefore what's next? Now let's find the gamma function for what? Gamma function for 3/2 abi. Now gamma function for 3/2 is what? Where's the answer? Now therefore the gamma function for 3/2 is what? Is 1/2 times 1/2. That is that is this is 1 over 2 times 1 over 2, right? So therefore that is equals what, where gamma 1 over 2 is pi. So 1 times pi is square root of 1 times square root of pi is square root of pi all over 2. So this is the answer for what this. Now therefore what's next? I have to find the gamma function for square root of 5 over, I mean the gamma function for 5 over 2 plus 3 over 2. So that is this. Now you know that I have to find the LCM of this. So if I add this together, this will become gamma 8 over 2. So which is equals what? 8 divided by 2 give you what? 4. I know that gamma, in finding gamma function of a whole number, use the method n minus 1 factorial. So which is where n is 4, that becomes 4 minus 1 factorial, which is what? 3 factorial. I know that 3 factorial is what? 3 times 2 times 1, which is what? 6. Now therefore apply all the answers we got in this word. Apply it here, okay? Now therefore my answer, remember this thing is still 1 over 2, 1 over 2 times multiply everything here. So therefore that becomes what? 1 over 2 bracket 1 over 2 bracket 1 over 2 bracket. Now my answer for gamma 5 over 2 is what? My answer for gamma 5 over 2 was what? My answer for was 3 square root of pi over 4. That is 3 square root of pi over 4 times. My answer for gamma 3 over 2 was what? Gamma 3 over 2 was square root of pi over 2. That is times square root of pi over 2 all over. My gamma for this was what? Was 6 all over 6. Okay. Now therefore that becomes what? That becomes 1 over 2 brackets. Now pi, square root of pi times square root of pi is same thing as pi. So pi times 3 is 3 pi all over. 4 times 2 is 8. Now divide by what? 6. So that becomes 1 over 2 brackets. Now 3 pi over 8. You know that division into times, that becomes 1 over 6. Now what do you do? 3 divided 7 is 1, divided 6 is 2. So that becomes what? 1 over 2 bracket. Pi times 1 is pi over 8 times 2 is 16. So therefore what do you do? If you open the bracket, that becomes 1 over 2 times pi over 16. So which is what? Pi over what? 32. So this is the what? Answer. Very, very simple. Now I have this question. Question number 2 says that solve integral pi over 2 0 sine 5 theta cos 4 theta d theta. Now in solution, note that every beta function, note that this 2 here is not here. I put it, but I'll show you the reason why I put it. Now you know that every beta function in this form must be in the form of what? Must be in the form of 2. You understand? That was the reason I put these 2 here. So it must be in the form of 2 integral pi over 2 0 sine 2m minus 1 theta cos 2m minus 1 theta d theta. Now therefore if you check where this is what? M, and this one is what? N, where this is M, this one is N. So if you check, compare these 2 equations now, they are the same. You understand? They are exactly in the form of this equation is exactly in the form of what? This. So therefore let's solve. Now therefore comparing the equation becomes what? Where this is M, and this is N, okay? So that becomes what? Now finding for M, 2m minus 1 is equals to what? M here is what? Is 5. So therefore what you do? Correct times 2m is equal to 5 plus 1. So 2m is equal to 6. Divide all through by coefficient of m. And the coefficient of m here is all through by 2 and all through by 2. So m is equal to 3. Now also to find n, we have 2m minus 1 is equal to what? N here is what? Is 4. Okay. Therefore, if you collect like that becomes 2n is equal to 4 plus 1, which is what? 5. So divide all through by coefficient of n, which all through by 2 and all through by 2. Therefore, n is what? 5 over 2. Now therefore I have to find the word. Now therefore I have to find the word. Always know that always know that the gamma, always know that beta function in this form is always multiplied by half. Is always multiplied by what? Half. Please bear it in mind. Beta function exactly in this form is always multiplied by what? By half. It's always multiplied by half. Exactly in this word form. Okay. So therefore that becomes what? That becomes 1 over 2 beta mon. So that becomes 1 over 2 beta. My answer for m is what? Is 3, and my answer for n is what? 5 over 2. So therefore use the formula for finding 2. Use the formula for finding two fractions. So that becomes gamma m times gamma n all over gamma n plus n, all multiplied by what? Half. Okay, now therefore which is what let's start now. Gamma gamma m my answer for m is what? My answer for m is what? Is 3. That becomes gamma 3 times my answer for n is what? Is 5 over 2. Okay, so that becomes gamma 3 times gamma 5 over 2 all over gamma 3 plus what? 5 over 2. Okay, which is this now? Which is m plus 1. Now therefore multiply by what? 1 over what? 2. Okay, now therefore let's solve. And firstly, for to solve this, you know that we have to find we have to find the gamma function of each of these. So therefore, gamma function for 3 is what? Is in the form of gamma function of a whole number is in the form of n minus 1 factorial, which is where n is 3. That becomes 3 minus 1 factorial. So therefore 2 factorial is 2 times 1, which is what? 2. Now again, what to do again? Now the gamma function for 5 over 2 is what? Is always in the form of square root of is always in the form of gamma n plus 1 equals to any gamma n. So which is, I'll compare this. That becomes n plus 1 is equals to 5 over 2. Okay, this thing is in the form of this now. Please don't be confused. This thing is the form of n plus 1. Okay, so I compare it. That becomes what? N plus 1 is equal to 5 over 2. So therefore make it n some formula. That becomes n over 2 is equal to what? 5 over 2 minus 1 will give you what? 3 over what? 2. So I have to find the gamma function for 3 over 2. So which is, oh sorry, the gamma function for 5 over 2 is what? Is 3 over 2. I know, you know that this thing is always in the form of what? Any gamma what? N. Okay, so that becomes what? N is 3 over 2. That 3 over 2 gamma what? Same 3 over 2. Okay, now therefore that becomes, now as I said, do you know the gamma function for 3 over 2? No. So you have to find it again. That becomes n plus 1 is what? 3 over 2. So collect like times n is 3 over 2 minus what? 1. So n is what? 1 over 2. It's same thing. That becomes 3 over 2 times n is what? Any gamma n. That is n is 1 over 2 times gamma 1 over 2. So therefore that becomes what? 3 times. Now gamma function for 1 over 2 is square root of pi. So 3 times 1 times square root of pi is 3 square root of pi all over 4, all over what? 4. Now therefore let's find the gamma function for 3 plus 5 over 2, which is the denominator. So let's solve it. That becomes, if you sum up everything here, that will give you gamma what? 11 over 2. So let's find the gamma 11 over 2. Now gamma 11 over 2 by using this method. So that becomes what? N plus 1 is equal to 11 over 2. So make n solve formula. Now 11 over 2 is 11 over 2 minus 1. That becomes 9 over 2. Now therefore that becomes what? N gamma n. That becomes 9 over 2 gamma 9 over 2. Now ask yourself, do you know the gamma function for 9 over 2? No. So therefore I have to find the gamma function of 9 over 2. That becomes n plus 1 is equal to 9 over 2. So now make any solid formula. That becomes n equals to 9 over 2 minus 1, which is what? 7 over 2. Also that becomes 9 over 2 times 7 over 2 gamma 7 over 2. Now ask yourself, do you know the gamma function for 7 over 2? No. So we have to find it. That becomes n plus 1 is equal to 7 over 2, where n is equal to 7 over 2. This move over here becomes minus 1. So that becomes 5 over 2. Okay. Now, so therefore that becomes 9 over 2 times 7 over 2 times 5 over 2 times gamma 5 over 2. Now ask yourself, do you know the gamma function for 5 over 2? Now, already we don't know it, but if you check in this our solvings, we got gamma of 5 over 2, alright, and a gamma of 5 over 2 was what? Was 3 square root of pi over 4. So therefore it will be more easy for us. So that is what? 3 square root of pi over 4. Now therefore let's multiply this. Now that becomes 9 over 2 times 7 over 2 times 5 over 2 times what? Gamma 5 over 2, which is what? 3 square root of pi over 4. Now therefore that becomes, if you multiply everything here, 9 times 7 times 5 times 3 times this will give you what? 945 square root of pi all over 2 times 2 times 2 times will give you what? 32. Now therefore what's next? This is my answer, right? Now you know that this is what? Gamma 3 times what? Gamma 5 over 2, right? So therefore my answer for gamma 3 was what? My answer for gamma 3 was what? Was 2, right? See it now. My answer for gamma 3 was what? 2. So that becomes 2 times. So that becomes what? That becomes 2 times. Now my answer for gamma 5 over 2 was what? This. So times this will be equals to what? 6 square root of pi over 4. So if you do it, 2 divided by 4 is 2, divided by 6 is 3. So that equals to 3 square root of pi over 2. Now, I know that it is this over this. So that now my answer for the up number was what? My answer for the up number is what? Is 3 square root of pi over 2. Now divide by, remember, over. Divide by what? My answer for this was what? My answer for this was what? This. So divide by this. Okay, so that becomes what? I know that division change to times, that becomes 3 square root of, that becomes 3 square root of pi over 2 times 945 square root of pi times 32 over 945 square root of pi. So let's divide. If 2 divided itself 1, divided 2 is 16. 3 divided itself 1, divide 945 is 315. So that becomes 1 times 16 will give you what? 16 all over what? 315. All over 315 what? Square root of what? If you take a pi cancel out, pi is gone. So I've gone 16 over 1, 16 over 315. No, and also remember that this whole thing is being multiplied by what? Half, as usual. It's multiplied by what? Half. So therefore, if you multiply this thing by half, that will give you what? Times half. 2 here, 1, 2 16 is 8. So which is equal to 8 over 3115. Very, 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 very simple. Very simple. Now, number 3 question. Number 3 question says that we should solve gamma. We solve gamma what? Pi over 2 0 square root of tan theta d theta. Now solution. Know that every beta function in this form must be in the form of what? 2 integral pi over 2 0 sine 2m minus 1 theta cos 2n minus 1 theta d theta. So I know that in your trigonometry, tan theta simply means tan theta over what? Cos theta, right? So therefore let's impute this thing inside here. That becomes integral pi over 2 square root of sin theta over what? Cos theta theta. Okay, now I know that square root is same thing as half, right? So that becomes integral pi over 2 0 square root of bracket sin theta over cos theta squared raised to power half, which means half is same thing as square root theta. So therefore simplifying this now in simplest form is what? It's integral pi over 2. This becomes what? This tan theta multiplied by the power of half is what? Is an half theta. Okay, I know that this thing, if this tan theta to move outside the bracket, this is something as 1 over cos theta. I know that 1 over anything is inverse, that's minus. That becomes 1 over cos theta will give you what? Cos minus 1 over 2 theta d theta. Okay, now therefore that is it. Now therefore comparing this answer with this equation, so it means that you see that they are the same. So therefore if you compare it, they are what? The same. So let's solve. Now comparing it with the equation, okay, and comparing it with the equation, we have that this was our answer, right? So comparing it with the equation, we have that this is always m, this is always 1n. So if you compare here, that becomes, here is m, that becomes 2m minus 1. That becomes 2m minus 1 is equal to what? 2m minus 1 is equal to what? 1 over 2. So which is, if you call it, make m solve formula, that becomes 2m is equal to 1 over 2 plus 1. So m is what? 3 over 2. So 2m is equal to 3 over 2. So now make m solve formula. M is equal to what? That thereby divided by coefficient of m. So m is equal to 3 over 2 divided by 2. So m is equal to what? 3 over what? 4. Also, also here is n, right? So that becomes, we have this 2n minus 1. So we have 2n minus 1 is equal to what? Minus 1 over 2, right? So therefore, collect like terms, 2n is equal to what? Minus 1 over 2 plus 1. So 2n is equal to half. Now divide by coefficient of n, and coefficient of n here is 2. So I become n is equal to 1 over 2 divided by 2. So n is equal to 1 over 2 times 1 over 2. That will give you what? 1 over 4. Now therefore, let's find the beta function of all these our answers. So I know that my answer for m is what? That becomes 1 over 2 beta. 1 over 2 beta m comma n. And note that in finding the beta of a two fractions whose sum is 1, simply use what? This method. Okay, so if it notes, always note that in finding the beta of a two fractions whose sum is equal to 1, simply use what? This method. So if you check that, my answer for m is what? My answer for m is what? Answer for M is what? Is 3 over 4, abi? And answer for N is what? So 1 over 4. So you do it 3 over 4 plus 1 over 4, that will give you what? 1. So means that this obeys what? This rule. So that becomes what? Check. Check what I said. 3 over 4 plus 1 over 4, that will give you what? 1. Okay? Okay, that will give you what? 1, right? So therefore that becomes what? So so therefore that becomes where N is what 1 over 4, right? So that becomes putting it in the word equation. Putting N equals to 1 over 4 in this equation, that becomes pi over what? Sine bracket N is 1 over 4 times pi. So which equals to pi over sine. 1 times pi is pi over 4. That becomes equal to pi over. Now sine pi over 4 is something as what? Sine pi over 4 is something as is 45 degrees. So that is pi over sine 45 degrees. How did I got this for 45 degrees? See it here. It's more easier. You can do it like this. You know that I want to convert this pi over to degree. So that becomes, you know that normally that becomes 180 over what? Pi times what? Times pi over what? 4. Okay. So I can 4 cancel out 4. Pi cancel out pi is gone. So 4 divided itself 1. Divide 180 is what? 45 degrees. So that was how I got this what? 45 degrees. So that becomes now therefore sine 45 degrees is something as square root of 2 over 2. So therefore that becomes pi divided by square root of that this over this now. That pi over 1 divided by what? Square root of 2 over what? 2. So that becomes pi over 2. You know that division change to times, that becomes times 2 over square root of 2. So that becomes pi times 2 is 2 pi all over square root of 2. Now therefore you know that you can't leave my answer. You know that I can't leave my answer like this. So I have to rationalize this. So that becomes multiply everything by what? Square root of 2. So 2 pi over square root of 2 times 2 square root of 2 over square root of what? 2. Okay, so that becomes what? You have 2 pi times square root of 2 is something as 2 pi square root of 2 all over square root of 2 times square root of 2 is something as 2. So that becomes 2 cancel out, 2 remains what? Pi square root of 2. So therefore that becomes what? You know that everything here is multiplied by half, abi? So that becomes half. That becomes half will multiply my answer here. So that becomes what? 1 over 2 pi square root of 2. Now therefore let's solve. That becomes 1 over 2 bracket. Now pi is 3.142, right? Times square root of 2 is 1.414. Okay, so that becomes 1 over 2 bracket. This times this will give me 4.443. Now if this multiplied by this, that will give me what? My answer will be what? Will equal to 2 point what? My answer will be equal to what? My answer will be equal to 2.222. Or you can still leave it like this. Half multiplied by this will give you what? Pi square root of 2 over what? 2. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Please guys, if you find this video interesting and helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. Thank you.